One thing that you can do as part of a will is you can set up what's called a testamentary trust. A testamentary trust is basically a trust that's established on death. It's a sort of trust that you can't set it up while you're alive. It's basically a mechanism in your will. And basically, instead of passing on assets directly to your beneficiaries, the assets go into this testamentary trust, or you can even have multiple testamentary trusts. There's a couple of benefits with that. One is that there's different tax treatment for income that's streamed for testamentary trusts. Specifically, minor children are taxed as adults because everyone can earn 20 grand tax-free, essentially with a tax-free threshold. If you had, say, $100,000 of income and there were 5 kids or grandkids that were under the age of 18, they could get 20 grand a year assessable income, and all of that 100 grand would have no tax or next to no tax.
Which you can't do in, say, a discretionary trust, right? You can only disperse income to people that are 18 years and over.
Well, you can disperse to minor children. It's just that they only receive, I think it's like $416 tax-free, and then they get taxed at like 66% or something, and then it goes down to 47%. But it's basically punitive to do it to minors in a regular trust. But in this testamentary trust, you can do that. And 20 grand is really just the start. Like, particularly if your folks, or for yourself personally, if you're sitting on like a big pool of wealth, you could distribute $190,000 each to people under 18. That's going to keep the income assets in the family, but you're going to pay hardly any tax relative to what you'd pay at full freight, top marginal tax rates as well. And then there's the asset protection benefits as well. So if your parents are leaving to kids, or say you're a parent and you're leaving it to your kids are the beneficiaries of this testamentary trust, not their partners. When your kids are in relationships, we know that the stats show that relationship breakdown is pretty common, and reality is you pass on $1 million worth of assets to someone and they're in a relationship and that relationship breaks down, probably 50% of those assets are going to be gone with the outgoing partner. And so there's a level of protection that gets put into place, and a level of bloodlining of assets that the inheritance can be for your kids, the testamentary trust can be for multiple generations of family as well. And
so it could be for potentially your children and then your children's children, but not the partner.
Exactly right.
Even if it's a wife or a husband.
That's right.